Are subscriptions becoming less popular? We certainly saw a huge boom in 2020, and new data is out that may show that that excitement could be waning. We've got that and what to do about it on this episode of Be Unleavable Subscription Growth. Welcome to Be Unleavable Subscription Growth. I'm your host, Robert Skrob. Today we're going to dive into new data that implicates, maybe says that consumer interest in subscriptions could be waning, and see what that means, as well as kind of looking at what type of data you should be reviewing within your business and what you can do to grow your subscription revenue. And so first, let's jump into the data. This headline really caught my eye by Jeremy King, How Americans Are Turning Away from Product Subscriptions. And Jeremy has a business that is all about research called Attest. And here is Attest, a D2C digest, which is certainly direct to consumer. And what it says is that some I guess the big headline down here is that just 41% of Americans say that they have an active product subscription, whereas last year there was 47%. Now, a 6% drop in the number of consumers with active subscriptions is a huge drop. Certainly, a year-over-year impact is tremendous. It's also fascinating here that he provides access to the data itself. So we're going to pull this up, and I think it's very fascinating going through this dashboard and taking a look. What this is consumer intent research, where they somehow engaged a panel of 2,000 individuals, asked them some information. You can see here at the right-hand side of the screen how there is data on their age, a little distribution, and heck, it looks pretty even. So it certainly appears that you're getting a tremendous demographic. Male, female is about equal, right? 49 to 51%. The regions, gives that information. It also gives you a state-by-state breakdown, and you can even look by Arizona and see how the numbers change when you click on Arizona. But that's not really what I wanted to call your attention to. I thought this data was fascinating, and certainly there's a link to this story and the data here in below this video so that you can certainly check this out. The thing that I thought was interesting about the data was how they're asking consumers about their interest in subscriptions and what they're looking to do. So, did you receive any products by subscription boxes? There are some that 30% I've had, 29% I've never, another 22 I have currently, and then I have none. I have no interest. And then here, I thought this was particularly interesting, where 64% of the respondents said that they're open to a subscription, and then 21 is unlikely, and then 14 is I'm actively looking. And I have always wondered about consumer intent type surveys, and actually have seen some clients make some horrific decisions based on this type of data. And I'll show you why in just a second. So you look at this distribution, and so you can click I'm open-minded, and you can see that by and large you have 30-year-olds is the largest group of this, but it certainly slants younger. If we go down here to the folks that are actively looking, that's even younger. You can see that the bar for 60 and over are actually a lot smaller compared to the bars for that right around the age of 20, 30, and 40. And then when you look at I'm unlikely to consume, you can see how it really boosts out that older folks are reporting that they're unlikely to be a subscriber. One of the top reasons is I can't afford it. What are the main reasons why you're unlikely to consider purchasing? And then you go into that and you see that by and large, you have a large distribution of older individuals that are reporting that they aren't interested. And then you can look at what types of subscriptions that somebody is interested in. And a lot of times I have seen very expensive projects undertaken by clients and other subscription businesses where they're doing these surveys because they want to be able to make decisions based on numbers. And that these types of consumer interest surveys give them a real set of satisfaction that they're making decisions based on solid information. I think it's particularly fascinating down here where it says, what is the maximum you'd be willing to pay for a subscription per month? And how, you got distributions of, $10 to $20 is by far the most, 21 to 30 is the next, and then there's a huge drop to 31 to 40. And so you could see that, you'd make the conclusion that you really ought to be offering subscriptions of $10 to $20 to younger type people. Here you can see that, that distribution is much younger. And then, it's kind of still more younger than older there. So with that, you'd really take a look at this and think, wow, I need to be offering these types of subscriptions. I got to tell you that I've worked with clients, and they're regularly selling a subscription program to consumers for $99 a month. And they engage these, quantitative analysts who did all of these surveys and came in and told them that consumers believe your product is worth $39 and that you should be paying $39. They gave kind of a range, but 39 was kind of the number they came up with as what they wanted to recommend. And it's like, well, thousands of customers are paying $99 now. Like, oh, well, your product would be so much more popular. You're going to, consumers report that they want to buy. Well, I got to tell you, the difference between what consumers say they will do and what they will actually do, it couldn't be more different. I have another client that we just a few weeks ago, as part of my work with them, I had them run their data through a service that, they'd never done this before, but there's a service where you can send in your data. They'll match up the email addresses, they'll match up the mailing addresses, and give you data on your customers. And this is really one of the interesting things that we found was that this is a consumer-orientated subscription that's about $1,000 a year, and it blows away all that intent data that, both on cost and on age, that in fact older individuals by far outnumber the younger individuals for this subscription. Now, of course, the data that's here within this research report, they were primarily thinking in terms of subscription boxes, the curation model, and they were also thinking about the pre-approved model where you might be ordering razors or beverages to be sent to you on a monthly subscription. And this model, this client is in a publishing industry, and so it's a little bit different, but yet you can't make broad decisions based on customer intent data. And when we were able to look at this information, it completely changed the front-end marketing that we were using. We thought, because we had seen all the surveys, we'd seen all the information, that mostly young people are buying this. And if I told you what the business was, you would think, oh, of course, that's got to be young hipsters that would be buying that. Well, as it turns out, it's old hipsters who are buying it. And then here is also some income data, which shows you that, that while these are, maybe generating more income than average, they're not, over the top. Now, I think the fact that so many of these customers are over 75 is probably pushing that household income down. If there's some other data about the value of their homes and things like that show us that maybe they're a little more wealthy than this. But I think the real key here is be careful the data that you review and the data that you're making decisions on. It's important to take a look. And if there is information out there that shows that consumers are less interested in having subscriptions, I'd love to see it. Certainly caught my interest. And I kind of found it hard to imagine with Disney Plus ascending in the digital subscription space while Netflix continues to grow. Yeah, it's slowing their growth, but they are still adding subscribers at the same time Disney Plus is adding subscribers, and those groups are not wholly different. So yes, it could be that some consumers are less interested in subscriptions, but their behavior is showing something very, very different. Now, there is an important report that I would really encourage you to check out, 9 Proven Models for Driving Subscription Growth. There's an entire book that's available on Amazon, but I'd be happy to give you that book as a free digital download. And what this includes is the actual facts of what the 4 drivers for subscription growth. What is it about different subscription businesses that allow them to acquire customers? What is retention all about? Why is retention so much different for a Netflix versus an Amazon Prime versus a Costco versus a Dollar Shave Club? Each of them need to do different things in order to retain their subscribers. This talks about those distinctions and helps you understand it. It's only 24 pages, so this is not going to take you long to take a look at, but it's designed to give you fast insights, and it's a document that you'll find that will really grow with you. As you use it and as you refer to it, you'll see new insights and ways of understanding the subscription business that you had never seen before. Check it out, 9provenmodels.com, absolutely free. Just put in your email address and you'll receive it via email really instantly. And let me know in your comments, what do you think of consumer response data? Have you used it successfully in your business? Have you seen it used before? Or has it distracted you or taken you down a road that frankly led to a bad decision? And versus, what do you see out there within the subscription business? Are subscribers continuing to embrace the subscription? Is this is the trend continued since 2020 with the huge increase in consumers joining subscription programs? Or has that trend started to wane? I'd love to hear from you. Just post down in the comments, and we'll see you next time on Be Unleavable Subscription Growth.